Fury fam, what's up? I had to touch base even though I'm out and about. Listen, how do I feel about the Devante Parker trade? I get the trade. I understand the trade. I get that they're getting a third rounder for a receiver who's maybe a little getting older, who um has a decent salary, who's been hurt and injured in the past. I get all that. I get all that. But I'm not a huge fan of the trade because this is what I always don't like and I kind of fear and, kind of annoys me with the Dolphins sometimes, with NFL teams in general. This is the first move of the McDaniel era that I don't love because this is the kind of move where, like, you start to go from one style of play to another, and it seems like you got to clear out guys who don't fit the mold, but rather than using them, it's like, we're getting speedy now. We have Waddle, we have Hill, we have Gesicki still, which is good, but, we're getting speedy, so now we're going to go all out speedy, and it reminds me of that Gase era stuff. And I'm just saying, a guy like Parker, I liked having him because that physical, big, tall presence on the outside, especially for Tua, who's not always, sometimes needs that safety net to just throw it up, to a guy who's maybe not completely open, but will go up and make a play. It's such an, dynamic element to the offense. I know everybody loves the speediness and the yards after catch, and we need that, and that's huge. But I still also like that outside, tall, big receiver who goes up and makes a play. Now, Gesicki will go up and make a highlight reel catch, too. We know he will. But Parker was good for some serious, big, momentum-changing, drive-extending plays. And I liked him for that. I wanted to see at least a year of him with these other playmakers. And I really hate sending, a guy that we drafted who's been, when healthy, an integral part of the offense and of our franchise. I hate sending him to the rival New England Patriots. I hate that most of all. So now twice a year you're going to see Devante's best games against us. He's that playmaker, and we're going to hate seeing him make those third and long catches on the sideline, one-handed catches on the sideline for the Patriots against us. So it's not the worst move ever. Remember, this is, Fury fan. We keep it real. We stay objective. It's not the worst move ever. It makes some sense. I understand the move, but I don't like the move as a fan. I don't think we needed to make that particular move in the particular way we did. The other thing that really kind of bothers me about it is that we gave up a fifth. And it's like, yeah, I get if we're trading Devante straight up for a third, it's not the worst, like, value on value trade. But Devante for a third and a third for Devante and a fifth, now you're starting to push it a little. So I'm not a huge fan of that trade. And this is really the first move of the McDaniel era. And I'm not saying McDaniel did it. But I would think he has a say in some of this stuff. But just in general, the way Greer has been handling it, like the first move of the new era, of the McDaniel era, that I'm not a fan of. Every other move, we've kept our guys, we've obviously added some serious assets. I just hate when you're building a team so well and then you got to take away like one of the playmakers. But look, that being said, I did want to quickly comment on the X deal. X getting a deal shows the commitment to him. I think, if Devante on one side is disappointing because he's been such an integral part of the team and franchise and we, drafted him, then the X extension, the X reworking of the contract is a positive, right? I almost forgot about that because I didn't post about it. I didn't talk about it the other day or, when it happened. But that is a good move. It shows we're committed to our guys mostly, which is why the Devante thing kind of, upsets me a little. But that's a huge move. And we just talked about it on TD Finn's Talk. We just talked about X and whether we're going to keep X or whether X is going to get traded or what's going to happen with X. And many people express that like X is such a dynamic defensive playmaker and he's such a big part of why the team is competitive, that when we're going into a year where we have all these offensive weapons and we've kept most of our defensive weapons and we've kept the defensive coaches, and it looks like we're really trying to give our all to this team and surround Tua with every possible advantage, on the offense, and then with the defense backing them up, it's great that we signed X, and it looks like we're not gonna take the bait and try to move him or whatever. So that's a positive. That's a positive. X has won us games on his own. He has made plays which have completely changed momentum or put us ahead for good. So, you can't take X lightly, and I'm glad that we did that. But the Parker thing, I'm not a huge fan of. It is what it is. I'm still very excited about the season. I still think it's been a great offseason. I just wish he didn't take that one playmaker away from Tua. It's because it's not redundant, right? Like if he was the same as Hill and Waddle, then I can understand. Like, all right, now it's just repetitive. He's hurt a lot, whatever. But these adds another dimension to the offense, along with those guys, and Gesicki and the big tight ends, that you've now taken away. Now we don't have that big body outside receiver guy. So I don't know. That's why I don't love it, but the X signing was great. I hope everybody's enjoying your weekend. It's beautiful up here in the Northeast. I hope it's beautiful elsewhere in the country, wherever you're at. Fins up, Fury fam all day. If you haven't already, if you're just stopping through to check out the channel, do me a favor, smash the like button. And guys, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe if you haven't. If you've watched me before but you haven't subscribed yet, just take a second and smash the subscribe button. If you're new, smash the subscribe button. I have content coming out all the time. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the season. And we are so close. We're only 40 subscribers away from 1,000. So if you could help out, just smash the subscribe button. It's much appreciated. I will talk to all of you guys soon. Larry K.